You're watching the July edition of the Library Roadshow, a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. We just saw just a few of the events coming up at your library, and with so many free events for you to choose from, even at 24 pages crammed chock-a-block full with workshops, performances, and special events, our monthly newsletter, The Source, can't even begin to list them all. So go to the library's website, ebrpl.com, and browse the online calendar of events. It's searchable by date, location, and interest. And remember my favorite word, free, free, free.
To get your pages turning this month, Tameka and I were excited by all of the action-packed movies coming out this summer. We thought about all of the great books we have read that also made great action and suspense movies. These 5 books made for 5 great movies. Number 1, The Hunt for Red October by Tom Clancy. This bestseller launched Tom Clancy's career. The theme is the greatest espionage coup in history. The story is the chase for a top-secret Russian missile sub. This book remains a masterpiece of military fiction because of the shockingly realistic scenarios. The 1990 movie starred Sean Connery, Alec Baldwin, James Earl Jones, and a number of other A-list actors. It is still highly popular and an action-packed ride. Number 2, Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. A technique for recovering and cloning dinosaur DNA has been discovered. Extinct creatures now roam Jurassic Park, and the world can visit them, for a price, of course, until something goes horribly wrong. The book is suspenseful and real. You can't put it down because you have to know what happens next. The first Jurassic Park movie came out in 1993 and starred Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum. The movie is just as suspenseful as the book and is a thriller till the very, very end.
Book number 3, The Narnia Chronicles by C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis, The Chronicles of Narnia, has captivated readers of all ages for well over 60 years, enchanting them with a magical realm where worlds come and go at the toss of a ring, where boys and girls become king and queens, where there are more talking creatures than people. There are 7 books in the series, and they've made 3 of them into movies so far. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Prince Caspian, and The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, with a 4th rumored to be made soon. These books never disappoint, and many adults read them over and over again because they loved them as children, and the movies are full of action and they're visually stunning. Our 4th selection is The Firm by John Grisham. When Mitch McDear signed on with Benedict Lambert and Lockhart of Memphis, he thought that he and his beautiful wife Abby were well on their way. The firm leased him a new BMW, paid off his school loans, arranged a mortgage, and hired a decorator. Mitch should have remembered what his brother Ray, doing 15 years in a Tennessee jail, had already knew. You never get nothing for nothing. Now the FBI has the lowdown on Mitch's firm and needs his help. Mitch is caught between that proverbial rock and a hard place with no choice if he wants to live. The 1993 movie starred my favorite, Tom Cruise, John Tripplehorn, and of course Gene Hackman. It is still a great thriller that leaves you guessing until the end. And of course, our 5th book, Nothing Lasts Forever by Roderick Thorpe. A dozen heavily armed terrorists have taken hostages, issued demand, and promised bloodshed, all according to their plan. But they haven't, counting on a death-defying one-man cavalry with no shoes, no backup, and no intention of going down easily, as hot-headed cops are swarming outside and cold-blooded killers are wielding machine guns, rocket launchers are even inside. The stage is set for the ultimate showdown between the anti-hero versus the villain. This is the book that inspired the 1988 movie Die Hard, starring Bruce Willis. This ultimate action thriller is still wildly popular. And who doesn't cheer for John McClane as he rescues those hostages? Yippee-ki-yay, book readers. Chuandra and I love Bruce Willis, so this movie is one of our favorites.
So head to the library and check out some action-packed thrillers to read and watch this summer.
And that's how the page turns.
Thanks, Tameka and Chuandra. I love a good thriller too. And while I also appreciate the movies, afterwards, I always go back to the source and reread the book that started it all. Only this time, I have a face to put to each character. For example, Who doesn't love to see Sean Connery's face peering out from that submarine? And now for today's contest. We'll draw from the names of everyone who emails pr@ebrpl.com and asks to get on the email list for the source. And while you're there, enjoy. We're not your grandfather's library anymore. What's coming up on the Library Roadshow next month? Well, we're going to get ready to go back to school.
We'll go beyond the stacks and explore back-to-school activities at a library near you.
Next month, I'll tell you how you can explore the world of dance with the library.
I'll be fresh from a Booking It with Big Baby and being going to back to school faring with my bookmobile.
And I'll be recovering from summer reading.
Thanks so much for joining us on the Library Roadshow. And remember, your East Baton Rouge Parish Library is open 7 days a week at each and every one of 14 branches, plus 24/7 on the web. Check us out at ebrpl.com.